One of the best memories about my studying in US was the time when I landed that high paying job and I informed my parents about it, right? So whenever we have that good news to share with our family that oh, I've made it, that is the best metric of our success, right? Because I know 90% of us who are going abroad to make our dreams come true are also going there because we want to make our parents proud of us, to prove that we did it. And that is the heartbreaking or difficult part of 2025 and 2026, that because so many students are struggling to find jobs there, it has become very hard for the parents as well. I get a lot of messages from some Indian parents mentioning how their son or daughter is going through so many interviews but getting rejection after rejection, and they are not able to find the kind of job they were looking for. And this is obviously very distressing. So this video is for you, all Indian parents, uncles and aunties out there. I hope this will give you some sense of relief, because what I want to talk about is, firstly, if they're going through these rejections, please note that there is nothing wrong with them. This is just the nature of the job market right now. So I was going through some stats. Only 45% of international students are landing a job after their graduation immediately, as compared to 62% of their American classmates. So that gap for international students or the job market is worsening ever since 2023. But it does not mean that there is no hope out there. But yes, there are certain things that you can do to make them feel more comfortable, and some mistakes you should avoid as a parent to not do during this time, because that can only make it worse for your kids. So this is that kind of video. I want to talk about what is going on, what can help your kid, and what are some things you should not do if you really want to help your kid go through this difficult phase. I hope you like it. All this on the other side of the intro. Keep watching. Again, a reminder from my side, if your son or daughter is studying in US and going through rejections in job interviews and have still not landed a job, this is not a sign of failure. This is just the nature of job markets right now across the world. This is happening everywhere. So there is no need to panic. But yes, today we are talking about three things: what is going on, what your child can do, and thirdly, what you should not do as a parent to make this situation worse. Let's get started with the first point. Now, let me start with the first part, which is what is actually happening in the US. One of the problems we are seeing is that Indian parents don't realize how difficult this job market is. So, let me explain it to you clearly. What are the problems your kids are facing? First problem is the time to find a job is now much shorter than before. Once your child graduates, they have a period in which they can keep working on their student visa before they legally require a H1B or some other kind of work visa to continue. This is known as the study work window, and for this you need something called OPT, or your optional practical training approval. Now, if your kid is studying in a non-STEM field such as business, etc., they can legally work only for 1 year before they need a work visa. However, if they are studying in a STEM field like engineering, math, data science, etc., they have a period of 3 years in which they can keep working after graduation before needing a work visa. Now, in normal job markets, that period used to be enough, and a person would get many job offers in that window, and some company would be willing to sponsor their H1B visas as well. However, job market is tough now. There are so many layoffs happening. So many companies are now not willing to sponsor a H1B visa easily. So while it sounds like a lot of time, that you have 3 years, it's actually not a lot of time. Now, earlier, some students used to extend their stay by enrolling in extra courses after graduation. Basically, you could just stay on the student visa a little longer to keep the job search going. But as of September 2026, that will not be possible, because US government has eliminated something called the duration of status rule. What this means in plain language is your child's visa now has a fixed end date. Once their program ends, the clock starts, and there are no ways to keep extending by re-enrolling. More importantly, after graduation, your child now has only 30 days to either start their OPT, transfer to another program, or leave US. And once OPT begins, they can only be unemployed for a maximum of 90 days total. Once that is used up, their legal status in the US is at risk. And this ticking clock creates real, genuine stress. So, if your child seems anxious or hurried about the job search, they are not overreacting. The urgency is completely real. Second problem is a lot of employers are hesitating in hiring internationals, and it has nothing to do with your child's capability. Right now, roughly 40% of US employers will not even interview a candidate the moment they find out that they require a visa sponsorship. Not because they don't like the person, not because the skills are missing. It's because of new H1B rules. H1B is given via a lottery system, and the lottery now favors higher paid, more experienced candidates. For a fresh graduate just starting out, the odds of winning that lottery are only around 15%. So the company or employers think whether I should train this person for a year if there's only a 15% chance that he will be able to get a H1B or work visa and keep working with me in the long term. So your child is not being rejected because of their talent or lack of skills. They are being screened out by a visa system. There is a way to work around this. I will share that in the second part of this video, so keep watching. Now let's move to the third problem, and that is the job search in US works completely different from how it works in India. पेरेंट्स थिंक कि डिग्री हो गई है, अब कोई ना कोई कंपनी हायर कर ही लेगी, बिकॉज दैट इज़ हाउ इट यूज टू वर्क इन इंडिया, लाइक ऑन कैंपस रिक्रूटमेंट, द कंपनीज कम, process is structured, and then there's a job offer. However, in the US it works completely differently. The job search is mostly driven by the student themselves. Yes, there are companies that come to the campus career fairs, but there is no restriction with whom you can interview, and there is no order in which you will get a preference because you have higher marks or things like that. Your child can apply to any company anywhere directly on their website, through LinkedIn, or even through a referral from somebody who's already working there. Referrals are huge in the US, by the way. Over 70% of the jobs are filled through personal connections, not through job portals. The other thing that catches Indian students off guard is timing. The biggest tech companies and banks close their summer internship hiring by November or December of the previous year. So, if your child is graduating in May and they start applying in January, they have already missed the main window for the largest employers, not because they were lazy, just because they didn't know the timing. So, here's what I want you to take away from this: missing the early cycle is not the end. Smaller companies, startups, there are some mid sized firms, they keep hiring throughout the year, and the secondary market is real and it's big enough where most students end up finding their first job. Now, also want to clarify this, that almost every student today finds their first US job on their own, through their own hustle, on their own timeline. It can happen in second month, it might take 7 months to do it. A job not found on graduation day is not a job that will never come. So please remember that it's okay that your child is about to graduate, they still don't have an offer. It does not mean that they cannot get an offer after this. So let's quickly talk about the second part, which is what can your son or daughter do now? So, first thing is understand the new rules and regulations around the student visa and work visas very carefully, because if you miss on updating your status on time or miss out on even a small paperwork, your visas can get cancelled. An immigration attorney or the university's DSO can advise. So please make sure that the child is in touch with the right staff in the university. Secondly, leverage universities' career services offices very wisely. They offer resume reviews, mock interviews, and other such services. Use them on time and make friends there, because they can put you in touch with right alumni in the right companies, etc. Thirdly, the child should be disciplined about the job search. We all know that it's going to take time. So they should have a routine, they should have a good support network and good friend circle. Apply via referrals as much as you can, because a senior can get your foot in the door if you have built good friendships. Lastly, I would say consider smaller companies, not just brand names. Indian students overwhelmingly target Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta kind of companies, but so does everyone else. And these companies have reduced international hiring significantly in 2025 2026. My advice is stop targeting only the big famous companies, start targeting companies that have a proven track record of actually sponsoring H1B visas. There are free websites like myvisajobs.com and h1bgrader.com where anyone can check which companies have filed for how many H1Bs in the last 3 years. A smaller company that has sponsored 40 H1Bs is a far better target than a well known company that has sponsored only 20 visas. That one shift in strategy itself can make a real difference. This brings me to the last part of this video, which is your role as a parent and what not to do. Because everything I just told you about OPT timelines, H1B lotteries, recruiting cycles, your child already knows all of this. What they don't always have is someone holding steady for them while they navigate this system. Let me describe what your child's day looks like right now, just so that you understand the full picture. They wake up, and before they have had breakfast, there are already 10 things on their mental list. They have applications to send, emails to follow up, interview preparation to do, OPT days to count, maybe a course is still running, food to cook, rent to manage, and then somewhere in the middle of all this, a call home where they already know the first question is going to be कोई जॉब मिला कोई कॉल आया वो पहले से ही बहुत प्रेशर में है दे डोंट नीड टू ऑल्सो कैरी योर फियर ऑन टॉप ऑफ देयर ओन I'm not saying this to make you feel guilty. I know your worry comes from love and from the very real financial sacrifice that your family is making. But the way that worry reaches your child 10,000 kilometers away can genuinely change how they show up in interviews, how confidently they network, and how clearly they think. Anxiety is contagious, so is calm. So here's what I want you to do. Number one, change the question you open the phone call with. Most parents, out of love, immediately ask about the job. क्या हुआ बेटा कोई response आया? That puts the spotlight on the one thing your child cannot directly control, which is the outcome. It tells them unintentionally that your peace of mind depends on them having some good news. Instead, you can ask, how are you doing? What have you been working on this week? That shifts the spotlight to the process, which they can control, and it tells them that you see them as a whole person, not just a job search status. Second, be the call they look forward to, not the one they dread. If calling home feels like a performance review, your child will start calling less. And an Indian student alone in a foreign city going through a hard job search, calling less is a bad outcome. The loneliness of that situation is very real. So be the call that fills them up. Ask about their weekend, ask what they cooked, tell them something funny from home. Let the job come up naturally. It always will, but it doesn't have to be the first thing. Number three is keep a quiet financial buffer and let them know it's there. Now, it may not be possible for every family, but if you can, having a financial buffer on side and letting your kid know that you have kept a 3 to 4 month runway extra for them can relieve them on this debilitating pressure and help them focus better on their job search. It can also help because if a student is feeling a lot of pressure, they might end up accepting a wrong offer or wasting their OPT clock on something that is not significant or worth taking up. So, if you can afford, then having a financial buffer is a great support for your child right now. Number four, if the job search has been going for more than 4 to 5 months with no movement at all, then you should ask about strategy. Most students going through a long search are working hard. The question is rarely effort, but the strategy might not be working. Are they applying to companies with proven H1B track records? Are they networking or just sending application into portals? Is their resume formatted for the US market, not the Indian one? You can ask these things once calmly from a place of genuine curiosity. If you know that they have been doing this for very long but results are not showing up. In the end, I just want you to remember that every child is working very hard to make their parents proud. And the US job market, or for that matter, any international job market in 2026, is extremely hard. People are getting jobs, but it's taking time. And in that time, they have to be patient, and more importantly, the parents and families have to be patient, because a constant nagging question does not help the student who is dealing with anyways all this pressure. So, your child does not need you to solve their problems. They just need you to hold steady while they are working diligently and hard to find a job there. This is not a small thing, this is actually everything. So, just be the emotional support they are looking for. And if things are genuinely not working, then yes, ask them if you can help them, point them to resources. But in the end, do trust that a kid who has left all his life in India and gone to study there knows enough about the world. Trust them to make the right decisions. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, do share it with other parents who are also battling such worries, and do leave a comment for me if you want me to make other videos like this. I will see you guys next week with a fresh new video. Until then, take care, stay safe. Bye bye.